What's going on, everybody? My name is C4. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are here for a brand new Madden 26 realistic rebuild of the Tennessee Titans. Our plan, my plan right now for the realistic rebuilds is we are going to rebuild all 32 teams, but instead of just rebuilding right now where we're at, where it's all the playoff teams, and those rebuilds are mostly like get them over the hill type rebuilds, which absolutely we're going to get to. I want to try to balance out a little bit with some teams that actually need like a lot of work. So I'm going to try to balance the new head coach hiring rebuilds with some of the playoff teams. And it is now time to rebuild the Tennessee Titans. Apologies for the lack of uploads or inconsistent uploads this week. It was my son's birthday, so like one day was his actual birthday. Didn't get much work done. Yesterday was his party with like 8 absolute psychopaths. A lot of work, nothing really got done there. But this will be a good weekend. I'm hoping this video will be out Friday at some point this weekend. I'm hoping Sunday will be playoff game for the Yetis. And Saturday, I've been working on a new 20-year rebuild. I'm about 75% done. It will be out to you guys this weekend. I'm hoping on Saturday. It is of the St. Louis Rams. What if the Rams stayed in St. Louis? It's a banger. You're not going to want to miss it. Say if you like Tavon Austin, Sam Bradford, interesting names like that. That means something to you. How about Josh Rosen? We're going to have a good time. But today, it is all about rebuilding the Tennessee Titans. Now, we haven't got into the offseason yet. They've made a trade, which we will get to. But I'm looking at the roster. It's a bad roster. It's one of the worst rated rosters in the game. But at least we have $142 million of salary cap. We have a new head coach in Robert Saleh. I think that should be good for the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, this guy is going to represent Brian Dable. So we get the New York Giants offensive scheme. I think that will be very interesting. When we did the first Titans rebuild way back at the beginning of Madden 26, it's going to be entirely different. We won the Super Bowl in that rebuild. We had Cam Ward win the MVP in that rebuild. But how it worked is I fired everybody and I hired Joe Brady. So pretty much we had all Buffalo Bills. And we made Cam Ward, Josh Allen 2.0. We're going to have a different challenge here today. Taking a look at the roster. Offensively, I just released Lloyd Cushenberry. And he was a dev trait center on the right side of 30. Frustrating move. I think a lot of people were kind of like, what the hell is this move about? When it happened in real life. Defensively, they just traded T'Vondre Sweat. 79 star dev nose tackle to the New York Jets to get Jermaine Johnson, an edge rusher. I think in real life, a lot of people are roasting them for making this move as well. I think from a Madden perspective, it's kind of breaking even. And once we get in the offseason, we'll make that trade and kind of take a look at Jermaine Johnson. But I think it's kind of just, a lateral move for our defense. Offensively, it is all about Cam Ward. Brian Dable, what can you do for the development of Cam Ward? Basically, if you've ever done any amount of rebuilds, you don't necessarily have to be Titans. Have you ever seen Cam Ward be good? Have you ever seen Cam Ward be top 10? No, it has not been very favorable for him as part of the Callahan Titans. I'm hoping this new Titans 2.0 can maximize the potential. That is our plan here over the next 5 seasons. The running back room is solid, but again, 5-year scope. Do we have our RB1 long term? Probably not. Skill position room. I like DK. I think DK could probably develop into a wide receiver 3, become less of an all-purpose guy, more of like a just offensive contributor. Calvin Ridley, that could be a salary cap casualty. I love the Canadian Elakeo Minor. Great landing spot for him to get a lot of opportunities as a rookie for the Titans. I think he can continue to develop into a really nice player. But even with Canadian bias, like I'm seeing, that's a wide receiver 2. Maybe DK can be wide receiver 3. We still need that wide receiver 1. Be it coming in free agency, a trade, or the draft, we have to do our work to help out Cam Ward. We have a Congo. I believe he's going into a contract year. That'll be an interesting decision. I'm probably leaning towards signing him just because we have a lot of money. But it's not a foregone conclusion. And the offensive line, like Kevin Zeitler retired. They moved on from Cushenberry. We do have Skoronski at left guard and Latham at right tackle. Those should be long-term fixtures, but we very much are going to need a right guard, center, and likely left tackle. I think Dan Moore has an ugly contract sooner rather than later. The defensive side of the ball, I'm not going full on fire sale. For whatever reason, Jeffrey Simmons has never really been in trade rumors. He might just be a Titan for left. And with how little talent we have, when you look at someone like maybe a L'Jarius Sneed, that could be a trade. Xavier Woods could be a trade. Cody Barton, who got a random superstar dev, could be a trade. But for the most part, we need to try to keep guys that want to be here long term. And I think that'd be Jeff Simmons. I think Grant linebacker could be good. I've had some outstanding rebuilds with Ola Deja. I've had Ola Deja get 15 sacks in a year. So that is sick. And we'll have soon Jermaine Johnson on the other side of him, getting after the quarterback. Winston, second-year player with a dev trait. or going into his second year. I'd like to see maybe him and Hooker really kind of carve out long-term roles and be great partners in the secondary. But we might need to overhaul the corner room. We're going to need to find someone else that can play alongside Jeffrey Simmons. A lot of work needs to be done. It's a Titans rebuild, man. A lot of work needs to be done, but I'm ready to make Cam Ward our dude, and I think Cam Ward will lead us to a Super Bowl. Kevin Zeitler retiring to start things off. He was the highest rated player on the offensive side of the ball, so that's always just a great start for a terrible team. So we are going to decline the fifth-year option on Skoronski just to get ahead of that contract extension. Okonkwo is looking for $26 million over the next 3 seasons. So we round that up just a little bit. So I don't really want to franchise tag him, but I think that's a reasonable contract. We do have Gunnar Helm, but I think Okonkwo gives us a little bit more as a receiver. Helm's not really that athletic. Hooker, I think we get Hooker on like a 2-year deal. We wouldn't have to worry about any regression, and that gives us a little bit of time to. Oh, you asshole! What does a franchise tag on a safety look like? 12 million, 18 million. Ugh. That's where Kai Earliam's at. Go Gators. Interesting. Very interesting. A lot. Oh my God. Got enough free agents. That is very frustrating that we couldn't get Hooker. I think it literally melted my controller. How frustrating. How much junk it just had to sift through. We could probably look at Hooker on the open market. Jets would dig our trade, so I'm just going to throw in Mullings, just, whatever, just a guy at running back. But there we go. We now have Jermaine Johnson. We're also going to send Will Levis to the Pittsburgh Steelers for a way down the line 2028 4th-round pick. So that gets us into the Madden Generate draft classes. I'm already telling you, right, that's going to be probably a future starting offensive lineman right there. The Raiders also, for some reason, had a lot of interest in Calvin Ridley. I mean, I guess it makes sense if you're going to get, like, Mendoza or whatever, get a veteran wide receiver, which I'm fine with Ayomanor. I think with Ayomanor and DK's development, we don't need Ridley for that veteran receiver for Cam Ward. So we're able to get Carlos Rogers, 2nd-year guard, and, again, a future Madden-generated class 4th-round pick, which we should be able to do some damage with. We're also able to sell high on Cody Barton, 77 superstar, but like 30 years old. Not exactly what we're looking for. We threw in a 5th-round pick next year to get a 3rd-round pick way up in 2028. We're going to do some work in that year. So in free agency, we're going to try and just no big money signings in year 1. There's not a lot of opportunities anyways, but we're retooling the special teams. I got Cade Mays on a rental at center, 74 at 27, right side of 30. You got Martin Emerson, 25-75 dev trait, coming off an injury from the Browns. We only have 2 corners on the roster. That's really limited my, I wasn't fire sailing, but we were moving off from some veterans, but like L'Jarius Sneed could be a prime candidate. Same with Xavier Woods at safety. We just don't have a lot of depth there. So we bring in Martin Emerson. We bring in Nashawn Wright on a 2-year. So we get him for the rest of his prime, 75. Had a lot of turnovers for the Chicago Bears last year. Interesting profile, 6'4", 185. Again, not long-term option, but it gives us at least like a solid corner for the next 2 seasons while we figure out and navigate the draft. We bring back to Tennessee Reed Blankenship, part of the exciting Whites. I feel like, with Xavier Woods, he's like 32, I think. So, Reed Blankenship will be our safety long-term. Bring back a local guy. Alrighty, so free agency is done. I think we did some pretty good business, and where our team looks like going into the draft, I think there's going to be opportunities potentially to improve the offensive line, but I don't think that's going to be necessarily my priority this season. I think if a wide receiver maybe falls to the 2nd round, or just where we're picking, I mean, we could be prime candidates to trade back if the right offer comes in, but we could look for that wide receiver 1. I brought in Jimmy Garoppolo as a mentorship tag, so that'll be extra XP for Cam Ward, which I think will help his development. But certainly, left tackle. If we can get a tackle here that he has a little bit more upside than Dan Moore, and then we can get Dan Moore's ugly contract at the books, that could certainly be a play. Defensively, I'm looking at the defense. We definitely need another linebacker. We definitely need a defensive tackle. If there's a BPA at corner, Nashawn Wright's kind of like a rental at 28 years old. That could certainly be in play. We're going to go with Reed Blankenship here. We actually could probably use Woods in a little bit of like a nickel role if we needed extra corner depth. But I'm thinking D-tackle, linebacker, wide receiver 1 would probably be my big 3. And then maybe tackle and corner 4 and 5 for our needs going into the 2026 draft. Taking a look at the draft, I was honestly thinking about Arvell Reese. Had a huge combine yesterday. And as I'm recording this, I think today's like the DBs. So maybe if something crazy happens, it won't be reflected in this class. Arvell Reese would have been fun to get. Right now, we're projected to get Cassius Howell. Probably not. I mean, Caleb Banks absolutely crushed it. Full on Gator bias. Good, Jordan Davis light. Happy for him, absolutely crushing it. Peter Woods can make a lot of sense. D-tackle is a need for us to find someone to play next to and be an understudy for Jeff Simmons. Jermod McCoy, Tennessee corner, could be fun. Jeremiah Love could be fun. Get back to Tennessee having a premier run game. Certainly something we may need to consider. Caden McDonald there. There is some tackles. There are some corners. Ooh, big run on corners. So I don't think we're going to be able to hopefully a corner's there at the top of the second round. That is probably not going to be the case there. We have Sonny Styles, who's the man of the hour, a top 5 talent, falling to pick 27. That'd be actually, honestly, a sick get. Kind of going viral right now. We need a linebacker, and I think Salah could utilize him. Colton Hood, I scouted him thinking he could potentially fall, another Tennessee corner. I'm honestly at this spot right here. I think we either go D-tackle. It's one of these ones. If we stay at 4, do we just overdraft the D-tackle? Do we look at Jermod McCoy, or do we say screw it, let's get an elite run game? Or do we see if anyone wants to trade up and then trade down and maybe get one of the other corners or Sonny Styles? Let's see what the market looks like. All right, so as expected, Ruben Main goes 2, Arvell Reese goes 3. Those are very, very popular picks to potentially go to the Titans at number 4. So with our board kind of being shot here, let's look and see what kind of offers come in. If I could trade back into like the low teens, that would be preferable. So here with the Bucks, we could trade back to 15, and really the other value that we get out of that is an extra second rounder next year. I don't love that value. The Seahawks are offering us 2 firsts, but that would be pick 32, so we wouldn't, no. It's probably the best offer right now. The Rams are offering us trade back to 13, and they give us their second rounder. All right, Detroit Lions have moved in. We move back to 17, and then we get a 2 and a 3 next season. Holy shit. Okay, that now, if the mock draft holds true, I would totally, that is Sonny Styles, a 1, 2, and 3 next year. For this one, Philadelphia at 23, and we get a 1 next year. The value's there, but I think if I'm trading back that far, I want Sonny Styles. And to trust the sketchy-ass mock draft, I'm a little scared. So I would rather give up a 2 and a 3 next year. No, you know what? Actually, we take this trade, and I think we could probably move back up if we need to. So San Francisco, good doing business with you. Wow, the Niners make that trade for Caleb Downs. Good for them. Hell of a trade. And then you know what? I'm going to get that Eagles pick anyways. I'm going to trade kind of some junk. We have 2 3s, 2 5s, 2 7s. So essentially, of the 2 offers that we were floating between Philly and San Francisco, we are still out ahead in that deal. And now we're going to go get our guy. Now, there are some wide receiver options that I am very, very much holding my breath. They always fall in this draft. There's, realistically, at pick 23, 0.5% chance that Lemon, Tate, and Tyson all would still be there. Maybe Tyson could follow the medicals, but there's no way all 3. But I think I'm going to play the odds that Lemon, Tate, Tyson, even Concepcion, maybe even Denzel Boston will still be there at the top of the second. That could be our long receiver 1. But I think the guy we got to get right now, the man that everybody is talking about from the combine, I don't think he'd fall this far. I think he's probably a lock for top 10. But we take the mock draft. We take the draft as it may. Sonny Styles, a 1-of-1 absolute alien. Number 3 in true value. Maybe the best pound-for-pound player. Not at a premium position, especially if you view him as an off-ball linebacker. But I mean, look at what we have here. Dev trait, 93 acceleration, 99 jumping, 90 speed. This is not just because he's at what everyone's talking about from day one of the combine. He is truly a special 1-of-1 player. Everyone's now just fully seeing it after the testing. And I think for the Titans, he could be in play at 4 if they stayed at 4. I would have drafted him at 4. Honestly. But the fact that we were kind of manipulate the board there a little bit helps with the rebuild. Welcome to the team. Now, and I think there's going to be some really, really good players available with our second pick. Okay, that did not go. Okay, well, fuck. Carnell Tate's still there. Okay. Denzel Boston. Well, yep, just gotta run that one up. Must have had some bong, gas mask, Laramie Tunsil situation. Thank you very much. I think we go center. I know we just brought in Cade Mays, but Jake Slaughter still being on the board in the 3rd round, even though that name is absolutely illegal. I think the value right there makes a lot of sense. I barely pay, like, Cade Mays contracts like just over $1 million a year. As like low as you can get in Slaughter's the best available value, 74 and true value at 68 with a very nice dev trade, and I got a creative way to get around that name filter. Another big winner from the Combine, day 1, Malachi Lawrence from Central Florida. Big time Combine performance, elites everywhere, and I think for us, Jermaine Johnson, if the price point's brutal, we might want something else in the pipeline. And I think Lawrence is going to give us that option. Look at that athleticism, 6'4", 255, 92 acceleration, 93 jump, and 88 speed. That could become something. Another big-time athlete from the Combine, DeMonte Capehart, also popped off. We got some elites there, so we're just going to chase some athletes here, day 3, and see if one of these guys can stick as a starter. Alrighty, so here's a look at our draft recap, and you got to figure that most of, the value also came from trading out of that number 4 spot. The picks that we're going to have next year, 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s should certainly help this rebuild out. But we got good depth. Skyler Bell, Deshaun McCullough, Capehart. Lawrence is a 71. Very nice. Carnell Tate, 75 with a dev trait. Sonny Styles, 79 with a dev trait. Go Jake Slaughter here at center, 71 with a dev trait. Jake Slaughter, he will now be going under the name. Censor that. Jake Happy Hugs. Not too bad right here for Mr. Cam Ward. Gets himself a gold medal. Already looking better under Brian Dable. So we start year 1 officially of our Titans rebuild. Offensively, we did a lot of work, man. I think on the offensive line, right, we got Rodgers in the trade. I think there's some upside there. We get Happy Hugs at center, who should be a long-term piece of this squad. We get Carnell Tate, shockingly, in the 2nd round. We have no issues with him getting caught with a gas mask bong. We think 2nd round is more than enough punishment. I think for a scheme fit, potential to be that wide receiver 1 we need to find for Cam Ward. Leonard, DK are also going to be able to chip in on the offense this season. Defensively, we also made some pretty big strides. Wasn't really able to find that big-time defensive tackle, too. We did get Capehart. There could be some upside there. We bring in Emerson and Nashawn Wright at corner. We bring in Reed Blankenship into the secondary. It's definitely not the best secondary, but it is certainly a secondary that doesn't really have a glaring weakness. We have Jermaine Johnson in that trade with the Jets for Devondre Sweat, but the big get here above all is this man who's going to run the defense. Wear the green dot, the perfect linebacker prospect, athlete, check mark, football IQ, check mark, versatility, almost one of a kind. Sonny Styles, be that dude. You know what? We got the first game here at home because it's against the Giants, right? Dable against his old team. I feel like it's a great opportunity. Let's hop in, see if we can start this season with the win. So New York on their opening drive goes on, gets a touchdown. Very annoying. But with us, look at that. We're going to try to pick on the nickel. And, oh, what a PBU. Last second by Drew Phillips. Damn it. That's a hell of a play. We go for it on 4th down, so it's a new level of aggression. I don't really know how aggressive Dable is as an offensive coordinator. Like, in terms of, like, consensus. Is he known for sure as an aggressive OC? Maybe. Oh, there we go. A.M. Manor, big-time conversion. Let me finish this drive off. We earned this. One thing, with no running back that I think is going to be here for most, I don't really want to pad our running back stats. I'd rather the pass offense kind of pop off here a little bit. So we'll go to Okonkwo. Got himself a new contract and starts the season off. Good matchup there against Javon Holland. Giants score on both of their drives. Come on. Come on. Let's be honest. Feel like we got to beat the... Losing your first year, it makes you I feel pretty good about how the offseason went, but losing the Giants week 1 is a very humble reminder of how much work we still need to do. We get a chance here. We get a couple stops defensively. Sonny Styles can do the damn thing. We go to Conquo, right? Front of the linebacker, look kind of awkward. Let's go no huddle. Buck 68, 1 touchdown, no picks. Not a bad showing, especially we can get a second touchdown here. Maybe Carnell Tate, back corner of the end zone. Or we check down to the running back, Tony P. Titans have a chance. Nope. Deontay Banks, INT, absolutely no chance whatsoever. Fuck. We are still dog shit. It's only week 1. We'll get better. But, the worst thing is our defense. Let Jackson Dart look like a good quarterback. All right, about midseason, above 500. Couple nice wins. Beating, the Texans. That's a quality win right there, knowing how difficult that defense can be. So, baby steps, right? I'd say right now, if we can get close to 500, that'd be a successful season. Looking at our contracts, we got a lot of money. So, let's get Skoronski, locked in for the rest of the rebuild, right? 5-year deal. Dunzo. Keep the line strong. You make the trade for Jermaine Johnson. I feel like that's not to let him walk. So let's see if he'll take a 3-year 33, which he will. Hopefully the production picks it up just a little bit. But I do think we want to redo the running back room. We're good with Woods. Yeah, got a lot of money. Hopefully we get a couple juicy free agent opportunities in the offseason. Now we have a chance to finish the year above 500, 8-8, which... pretty cool. Would be pretty cool if we could. And on top of that, we were coming off a defensive player of the week forwards from our first round pick, Sonny Styles, who has been absolutely incredible this season. But we have the Houston Texans, who still have an absolutely terrifying defense. So, it's kind of weird. It's either we're going to go above 500 and make the playoffs, or be 1 loss. We still make it. Yes! Year 1. Oh, my God. 8-9. Put us out of our misery. We'll take it. We'll take the ugliest playoff berth you've ever seen. Number 2 passing yards, which I had expectations, very high expectations, that we would have a good passing offense. Giants tend to do that. They also usually have really good running offense. Cam Scatterbo will crush it. I think that's probably more of a talent issue. Don't love the fact that Robert Sala's defense was, I guess the yards aren't too bad. 11th in pass yards against, 18th in rush yards against, but 24th in points against definitely is a little lame. Take a look at the numbers like Cam Ward, 2nd in the league in passing yards, 4,500 yards, 34 touchdowns, which is obviously a little bit off the mark, just inside the top 10, but that's a hell of a year. He certainly might be in the conversation for getting a dev trade upgrade just based off of his production. Cut down on the INTs too. Thank you, Brian Dable. Quarterback whisperer. Did wonders with Josh Allen. Now looks to be doing the same with Cam Ward. Our run game sucked, but we're going to let both these, hopefully we can get a juicy running back in. I'll pay to bring in a big running back in free agency. Receiving, we had 2,000-yard receivers. The rookie Carnell Tate, 92 catches, 1,300 yards, 12 touchdowns. Probably front runner for Offensive Rookie of the Year. The Canadian Alec Amonor, also 92 catches, just over 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. Chiga Conquo at tight end, ladies, it's almost 1,000 yards at tight end. Even DK, 850 and 7. So I'm going to be interested to see if we can kind of keep that consistency up. I wouldn't be surprised. We can get 3,000-yard receivers here in this rebuild. Defensively, Cedric Gray, tackle machine. Look at this. Sonny Styles, 147 tackles, 4 TFLs, second half, 5 interceptions. The perfect piece for this Robert Saleh defense. 14 sacks on 14 TFLs with Jeff Simmons. Jermaine Johnson with 7.5. Oladejo with 6.5. Not brutal numbers. As long as this isn't these guys' ceiling, I think they can definitely get a little bit better. We also get 5 picks from Nation on Right, just an INT machine. White, exciting White. Reed Blankenship with a pick. Martin Emerson with an INT as well. Carnell Tate gets Offensive Rookie of the Year. Oh, that. What the hell kind of year could have Terrell had? All right, 106 tackles, 8 INTs. All right, enjoy your award. Not going to complain about that one. Oh, would you look at that? Cam Ward, Quarterback of the Year. So that will do wonders. Get him off that star dev up to a superstar dev. Didn't expect that so early in the rebuild. Carnell Tate finishes with the Titans' all-time rookie season record for receptions as well. For the playoffs, we get the 10-7 Denver Broncos to start things out. They have the #1 defense in the league. Let's see what we can do against Pat Surtain and company. Oh yeah, we got, what is that, a beaver? A beaver with a sword. That's the Titans mascot? Yeah. Denver's #1 defense looking pretty good. I don't think we've had the ball yet in their territory. Here we go. Nice little drive here. Yeah, 7-7. Everything to play for in the second half. And I'd like to think, you know, Denver might have a significant advantage in this one from an experience standpoint with Sean Payton at the helm. Well, I mean, we're giving him a go here. Yes! Not a fluke. Not a great showing. But when you're going against the #1 defense in the playoffs, you just got to find a way to win. Win ugly, whatever it takes. No turnovers, clean football. Tony P with 2 touchdowns. Defensively, Sonny Styles, 2 TFLs, 16 tackles, an INT, sack and a half from Aladeja. Winston with a pick. We played clean football. Bo Dix did not. That is the difference in this one. And we're moving on. And we get a nice little early first win of the Salah Cam Ward era. Okay, Buffalo. Josh Allen. Oh, that's a lot of green. The Bills are very good. It's going to be very tough. On the road, too. At the risk of being a little premature, I feel like if you give a good review of Cam Ward, I feel like he gives us a chance. With how this offense is playing, he's going to give us a chance in every game. And there we go. Punch him first. Hit a huge haymaker to go up. Josh Allen responds. We're going to need to score points. We're going to need to keep up with the Bills. I'd like to think we have the quarterback that can do that, but we will see how it plays in the second half. We're able to respond 14-14, Buffalo. Trading points. We need a hold here. Oh, we hold to a field goal. We have a chance. Oh, this drive's taking way too long. You know, overachieved. We overachieved here in year 1. We got a playoff win. We know what's possible. If we can keep the passing offense at this level, right? I haven't seen really the yards in these 2 sim games that says it's good. I don't think we've been over 200. But like if we could have, you know, 2 to 3 guys flirting with 1,000 yards every single season, we're going to improve the run game. We're going to get some depth traits for sure this year. 2 sacks, Oladejo. Jermaine Johnson had a good game. Another just great performance by Sonny Styles. Jeff Simmons with a forced fumble. We have the defensive pieces. Like, this is a young team. This is an ascending team. This is a roster that 90% of our starters are going to get better every single year of the rebuild. I think we're in a really good spot after year 1. So as we clean our lockers, we have some dev traits to talk about. How did Okonkwo not go up a dev trait? That is shocking. But Carnell Tate, star dev, now superstar dev for winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. We have Cam Ward for winning Quarterback of the Year going up. Oh, it's so nice not to see the QB regression bug as well. So very, very nice. He has been corrected from a lackluster rookie season, and I think he's only going to get better. Defensively, we got, let's see, Sonny Styles is a superstar, but I'm pretty sure he was a superstar out the gate. Yes, he was, so there was no dev trait gain there. I thought he could, man. That's a lot of touchdowns that he did not allow because he was getting picks, 5 picks on the year. How did Nahshon Wright not go up dev trait? He had 5 INTs as well. So maybe some harsh dev traits not gained by our team here. I thought Sonny Styles, I thought Nahshon Wright, I thought Okonkwo for sure. That's the biggest drop. Almost 1,000 yards with a tight end, and he doesn't go up a dev trait. Absolutely brutal. If Obi's business, Niners sucked. So, I mean, they severely underperformed. Now, it's not like we have a juicy top 5 pick, but that is a top 10 pick. We get pick number 7 and pick 39. Thank you very much. Might have to get a little fancy now with this nice little pick and use this early selection to get a running back. See if we can add a dominating, like get back to those Derrick Henry, CJ 2K. Tennessee Titans beating good. They've never been good and not had a good run game. So we got to get that. Not a great free agency. I was looking to spend big if the players were out there. Would love a D tackle. Unless we want like Kalijah Cansey. I mean, we are a playoff team, so we could go like short-term win-now players. But even then, Just a bad free agency class. I mean, it's not the end of the world to roll over our money into next year, where maybe there will be a couple guys we can drop some bags on. Let's take a little peeker at Mock Draft 5. Colin Simmons. Actually, you know who I'm going to... I might go get Leonard Moore. I feel like Leonard Moore... I'm thinking this from a content creator standpoint, though. I do think Leonard Moore is like a thumbnail guy. And it's clearly going to be Sonny Styles that makes the waste. I don't know. I'm interested, though. Like, if we could go there, and then with our pick, we grab, like, a running back or something like that. Speaking of, Ahmad Hardy certainly could be the top option. All right, we're getting a good move here to trade up 2 spots. We're going to give our pick 7, to move up to pick 5, our second-round pick this year. And I'm going to throw in L'Jarius Sneed because Cardinals were looking at a corner. He's a nice veteran corner. Absolutely a starting corner still in the league. And with this selection, for the first time in our realistic rebuild series, we're going to go get one of the best corners I can remember. And that is Leonard Moore from Notre Dame. 6'2", like, good at everything. That'd probably be the only thing I'm not sure about. I don't know if he's going to be like an S-tier athlete, like a freaky 4'2", low 4'3" guy. But I'll take 4.39 every day of the week. An absolute stud. Number 2 in true value. Getting a pick. Number 5. That is more than enough speed. And with our second pick, kind of a luxury pick. Looking at the 2 running backs here. We have Isaac. I just scouted the 2 best athletes. We have Isaac Brown. A little bit of a niche size. Kind of Devon Achane, if you will. Maybe not as fast. He does look pretty good. Look at all the elites. Or the actual top running back right now is Ahmad Hardy, who also looks pretty damn good. I mean, yeah, a little bit more like, you know, not as, let's just go, I think Hardy's going to be the safer pick just because he's not a niche size, like sub 200 pounds. And he ends up being a top 10 talent in this class at 25. Like, no Jeremiah Love caliber running back in next year's class, but there's definitely some good ones. And Ahmad Hardy, big time production wherever he's been. I believe, I can't remember where he was before Mizzou. Like, smaller school dominated, went to Mizzou, still was one of the best running backs in the nation. Another second pick, I'd love to get out of here with a D tackle or corner. Look at the D tackles. Ugh. We got DJ Hicks is the best of the bunch. A tackle, B block shed, D power, D finesse, which he does. So he's just a run stuffer. I mean, so was Devondre Sweat, I guess, but like just having a 300-pound run stuffer that doesn't give you a whole lot of juice. And there's no like 3-4 defensive ends that we could get, I don't think. You could maybe Anthony Smith, 6'6", 285. You could try playing him on the inside a little bit. You know, if we were looking at like, you know, Leonard Williams and stuff like that, they're more of like a hybrid. What do we have at tackle? Ugh. What do we have at left tackle? Jude Bowery. Chaplin. I kind of like my plan here. Let's get Anthony Smith, and we're going to move him inside. Number 22 at pick 39. Let's go. Take a look at our draft recap. We put in work here. We got some nice little talent here. All depth, all good depth. We got Whit Weeks, 70 normal. DJ McKinney, 69 normal. And then for our big hits, Anthony Smith, 75. And I'm going to move him to D-tackle where his rating might take a little bit of a hit. I could see him losing a point or two. Nothing too crazy. And we know we're going to be giving up a little bit as a run defender. But I think putting him next to Jeffrey Simmons would be good. Yeah, we do lose, cost him a couple points there, but that's fine. I can live with that. For an undersized pass rusher, we get Ahmad Hardy, 76, with a dev trade to come in and be our RB1, and Leonard Moore, top 5 pick, 80. Oh, you know, might as well call that a scheme fit as well on an island type DB. So to go to year number 2, our realistic classes are done, and we have definitely gone out and got some impactful playmakers. Ahmad Hardy at running back 1. Going to be excited to see if we get a little bit more juice out of a run game than what we've had the first couple seasons. I think there's a chance he can get 1,000 yards, but I don't know. With how crazy our passing game was last year, I hope I don't regret investing a first-round pick at running back. We get Moore. He's going to be our corner 1. We're going to have Smith start at defensive tackle. There's a lot of pass rush on that defensive line. And all eyes are on Sonny Styles if he can continue to be the best young linebacker in football. All right, midseason 4-2. Got to remember, last year felt like a big success, but we still were a below 500 team. even though we got a playoff win. So we gotta continue to be locked in, not take an early hot start for granted. Looking at our contracts here, I'd love to get Jeffrey Simmons locked into a 2-year. Now he's not, for some reason, wanting to stay now that we're good, which is kind of sus. Well, that 2-year 77. I mean, come on, man. I don't got that much more money. Cedric Gray, great partner with Sonny Styles. So let's keep him on board. J.C. Latham, another guy. Yeah, let's just keep you here for the rest of the rebuild. I don't know how far we're going to wait on a contract extension. There we go. Maybe Jeffrey Simmons the only guy that's going to kind of rob us a little bit. I mean, Nashon Wright's coming off 5 picks. So it's really one of those deals where, you know, as long as your protection stays there, $5 million bucks. I don't really care about the rating. If you're making plays in our scheme, I am going to keep you around. So we'll come back to the table with Jeffrey Simmons, and we're still looking in an excellent spot with our salary cap, but we are going to have to pay Cam Ward going into the final year of the rebuild, so we need to kind of plan for that and prepare for that. Well, the good news is we have a better record than we had last year. Our offense overall is better in every category. Even our run offense is better than what it was last year, I'm pretty sure. Didn't make the playoffs. 9-8, very tough in the AFC this season. We at least we weren't first team out, tied with the Patriots there at 9-8. Okay. Well, last year was ahead of schedule. We knew that. Looking at our stats here, Mr. Cam Ward, very good. Top 5 in yards, just outside the top 10 in touchdowns, but 32 touchdowns, 6 picks. No issues with that, considering we're still kind of building up the receiving core a little bit, and we're getting rushing production. Another 300 yards and 6, so 38 touchdowns, just on around 4,700 yards. Very good. We got 1,000 yards, almost 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns for the rookie Ahmad Hardy. Very nice. Receiving almost 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns. Carnell Tate, Noor, 100 catches. And he wasn't even our. Pretty sure Carnell Tate was my slot wide receiver. So Noor on the outside, 106, 1,100 yards. So we have our 2,000-yard receivers, Okonkwo and DK. Very complimentary 3rd and 4th options. No complaints there. Defensively, Gray and Sonny Styles. Just big-time production across the board. Gray with 11 TFLs, 3 picks. 4 TFLs, 2 picks for Sonny Styles. We have an issue with the pass rush. 8 sacks, 19 TFLs. Simmons is fine. 12 TFLs, 8 sacks for the rookie Anthony Smith is great. That could put him in an interesting spot for Defensive Rookie of the Year. But Johnson and Oladeja, that is not great. That is not acceptable. That is not what we're looking for, especially because we paid Johnson. And, I mean, INTs are fine. Leonard Moore with 2 INTs, 6 PBUs on A3 tackles for the young superstar rookie corner. But you know what? We'll put the C on him right now. And oh, no. How did the Chiefs get Jeremiah Smith? No. But shout out to Anthony Smith for getting Defensive Rookie of the Year. Cedric Gray gets Linebacker of the Year. Here we thought it was going to be Sonny Styles, but he had a hell of a year as well. Well, it's very annoying we didn't make the playoffs this year. We had some positives. Carnell Tate is now a superstar X Factor. Okonkwo gets the dev trade he probably should have got last year. But then we have another robbery. How is Noor still on a normal dev trade? Hardy was hidden dev for the first. I mean, at the end of the year, at 81 star dev running back from a first-round pick. You can live with that. We're going to go in the offseason, though. Definitely looking to upgrade the left tackle spot, be it the draft or free agency. Defensively, we have Anthony Smith getting Defensive Rookie of the Year, goes up to a superstar dev. Emerson goes up to superstar dev. Very nice. We get Gray up to superstar dev. I mean, yeah, we need a tackle. I could definitely also splash a pass rush, like getting an edge rush that for sure can be a lock for guaranteed double-digit sacks. We're going to decline the 5th-year option on Cam Ward, and that is, that's something we need to be conscientious of. When we see some big-name free agents, we have to pay Cam Ward next year. We're going to release Stan Moore, which is going to free up about $10 million. And take a look at free agency. I'd like to get, a piece or two. Ooh, Jimmy Gibbs. Nah, we got Hardy. I think we're good. We're good with, I kind of wish I didn't draft Hardy because I absolutely would have won after Jahmyr Gibbs. But we need a tackle. Ooh, Ike Ekwonu. That could be serviceable. Make sure there's nothing else here. Pooney, no. All right. I could go in on Ike Ekwonu. He's a scheme fit, which helps. Let's go 3-year. I don't know what the market's going to look like. Let's see where that puts us. Well, there's no one's really running to go get him. I mean, he's turned his career around, I'm pretty sure. Coming off a bounce back year. Now looking for do we have a double-digit pass rusher? We have Rashawn. Yeah. I don't really want to bring back Harold Landry. So pass rush could be where we want to look, because we're just not getting a great return on investment on Jermaine Johnson. I mean, ooh. I like this. I like right. I like that a lot. We'll come in with Kool-Aid, see if we can get a superstar corner there. This could be great business by us. Come on. Beautiful. Beautiful! Alrighty, so for the upcoming draft class, we do have some ammunition from when we traded away our players year one. We need a pass rush. Cody Stevenson looks very good. Got to see where he's going in the mock draft. We also have Tremaine Bryant, who looks solid, A power, A tackle. We always had the option too. Anthony Smith could go back to pass rush. And then we look at like a defensive tackle, and we could bring in like a D tackle cheese if we really wanted to. But I'm going to say Stevenson looks like he could be a dude, but he's probably going top 10. But we didn't make the playoffs, so I don't think it'd be insane to try to trade up for him. Not a scheme fit either. But let's see where Stevenson's going in the mock draft here. Hopefully not like top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. No, he's not. He's going 7th. We pick at 16. So we'd have to probably trade up to that 6th spot with the Dolphins. Doable. So I'm going to send them our 2 this year and a 3 next year. Overpaying slightly. Just got to give them an enticing offer here. And with that, we are going to be able to go and get a pretty nice pass rusher. Did I double check Locker? A power, A tackle. Good bench press. 266, 6'3", 266. But I think Stevens is going to be one of the guys here. Got a spin move, disciplined player, good motor, A finesse, B tackle. Combine, I mean, the combine checks out. We get the elites, the goods, second in the 40-yard dash, 20-yard shuttle. Got good bend. This looks like the kind of guy that, unfortunately for Jermaine Johnson or Oladipo, one of the two, he's coming for your job. Number 9, a top 10 player. Let's go. I had my best draft. In terms of dev traits, I think we've got some good players, but look, we only have 1 running back on the roster. Look at this thing buried down here. I was like, all right, scheme fit. We got some power. Everyone's like 190. And then this guy, Benjamin Taylor from Virginia Tech. A ball carrier vision, A break tackle, A carry. 4.4 speed, UDFA talent. Cool. Yep. All right. Number 3 value running back. I mean, no dev trait. Who gives you shit? Alrighty, so take a look at our draft class. I feel pretty damn good. Stevenson, I think he's going to have a very high ceiling. I think he's going to be... He's very one-dimensional, though. That is really bad power moves. It's not like you like to get a guy that has, like, at least some... You know, first, if his finesse move doesn't work, does he have a counter move? Maybe not, but high ceiling pass rusher for sure. We got Torres, 69 normal. LaFleur, 65 with a dev trait. A nice little dev trait lineman there, and he's a scheme fit. Melton, 68 normal. Roman, 66. I think he had a dev trait as well. Yes, he did. Just death behind Okonkwo. We got Scott, nose tackle cheese, but he was normal dev. Taylor, a 78. Getting a top 3 player in the 5th round as a UDFA running back. Again, don't really care. There's no dev trait there. That's just a fun player to bring in every time. Got a quarterback there with a cannon of an arm. And we got ourselves a nice fullback. Bringing back that old school power run game. It's the year of the running. What the fuck? Don't you have Jonathan Taylor? What are we doing drafting a running back at number 3? Even if he's that good. Year 3, and a year after missing the playoffs, I think now playoffs needs to kind of be the bare minimum that we hit this year. We're bringing Ike Ekwonu left tackle, so the offensive line, the offense is as good as it's been this entire rebuild. We also go in, we get a really nice running back, we get a fullback. Maybe those are just like the nice little missing pieces. An RB2, a fullback, complementary guys. Defensively, we go out, we make the big trade up to get a pass rusher. I think that was definitely a cause for concern. Just lack of pass from, you can get the interior pass rush as they should. 95 X factor, 84 superstar. They should be able to get after it, but you're not going to win a lot of games when your edge rushers are getting you like 8 sacks combined. So we need to see that. I'd love to see like Sonny Styles pop off, maybe getting himself an X factor upgrade. And very happy with the addition of Kool-Aid McKinstry, another superstar corner in the secondary, giving us 3 across the board. One of the best secondaries in the NFL. We're going to have a huge shootout win over the Kansas City Chiefs, bringing us to 4 to actually a huge matchup here against the 5-1 Packers. We have a better roster. Let's actually keep it here live, see if we can get 2 huge wins. And then let's play Cam Ward. Very nice, low-scoring win, but, you know, I like the offense showed up. Defense can win us games. It's complimentary football. Look at our contracts. Cam Ward. We'll see if he takes 206. He does. Earned it, man. He's been awesome. Turned his career around. I think Winston's another player we want to keep. 4-year, $45 million. We've managed our salary cap very well. Emerson kind of is like excessive, but also under $8 million a year for a superstar corner that's got, with every year of that, won't be regressing, is pretty good. Oladejo, I think that's a wait and see. We have enough money to pay that. I think a Conquell for 2 years, no problem paying that. But I want to see Oladejo. If he can get, I'd say probably 7 would be the threshold. He can get 7 sacks. Will definitely be worth re-signing. DK as a wide receiver 3, like keeping him in, maybe a little Florida Gator bias, but again, we have the funds. Manor, same deal there. Actually, no, you need to wait. I like to keep those 3 guys here. Manor, 3-year, again, just really reasonable contract. He doesn't have a dev trait, so his ceiling is still somewhat modest, but I think Caleb Rogers has been pretty nice. Get him on a 3. I mean, 5's. Honestly, that's probably somewhere where we could like draft, get a rookie quarterback, rookie guard contract on the books there. So yeah, we'll just wait and see at Oladejo. We still have pretty decent salary cap situation. Interview number 3, we have our best record to date. So it's upward trajectory so far. 10-7 on the year. Looking at our rankings, all solid. Nothing necessarily elite. Passing yards pretty good. Carnell Tate, 3rd leading receiver in the league, so I feel pretty good about that. Top 10 for both yards and touchdowns for Cam Ward. 7 INTs. He also had 5 rushing touchdowns. I'm low-key, pretty good scrambling numbers. This playbook is working out well. Hardy was solid. Carnell Tate obviously crushed it. 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns. Ooh, didn't get our 2,000-yard receivers, but we're close enough that, one better game, we probably have 2,000-yard receivers, so we wouldn't really be complaining about it. Let's just not make it a trend. Defensively, Sonny Styles crushed it, 132 tackles, leading the team. 7 TFLs, 2 sacks, 2 picks, 12.5 sacks, 20 TFLs for the ageless Jeffrey Simmons. Double-digit sacks for Anthony Smith. Oladejo figured out. And Cody Stevenson, our rookie superstar dev pass rusher. Not a bad start. Definitely don't want that to kind of become his ceiling and norm. I'd love to see him push for double-digit stats. And from an INT standpoint, Sonny Styles led the team. Got a lot of talent in that secondary to have that little turnovers. I appreciate the team all putting their focus towards team success. We did not have a single award winner. So let's lock in here. We beat the Denver Broncos way back in year 1 in the wild card round. Let's make it a habit. Okay. Yep. Slow start. There we go. There we go. Okay, our defense showing up. I like seeing that. Win ugly. That's how we did it last time. That's how we do it this time. 14-10. We send the Broncos home again. They hate seeing us on the schedule there. Nice little check mark. We are into the divisional round. And Cam Ward, steady job. Bo Nix did nothing. Just doing a repeat because we got the Buffalo Bills. They sent us home last time. So it's a good measuring stick to see where we're at. Bills are very elite on both offense and defense. Josh Allen, 40 touchdowns this year. And James Cook was the leading rusher. So trending towards super team a little bit, and we're on the road. It's a perfect time to play spoiler. I think last time we played him wasn't really that competitive. I think it's going to be a different story this time. We got Carnell Tate. We have the best receiver in the game. We have a quarterback that's looking to show Josh Allen that there's other top dogs here in the AFC. Look at that. Nice go-ahead lead. See if we can coast here a little bit. Let's feed Ahmad Hardy. Damn it. We're tied at 14. And it is 14 straight points for Buffalo. And, I mean, that's failure on both. Defense can't blow it in the second half like that. And the offense, I mean, you're not going to win games with 108 passing yards in the playoffs. That's a lie for award winner. Stevenson got Defensive Rookie of the Year. So, He's ending his rookie campaign looking real nice. No time to panic yet. We still got 2 years left of the rebuild. And, you know, everyone's getting better. Like, literally every single player on the offensive side of the ball is still developing. Even Okonkwo, even the old heads. Defensively, Smith is up to superstar, so that is unreal. That is very nice. And everything else, Winston. Nice. Another homegrown talent. That contract extension looking pretty good right about now. This is going to be one of the times a fifth-year option makes a lot of sense for us as a team. $13.5 million is going to be cheaper than what his contract extension is. So hopefully he doesn't think we're being too greasy here. And Oladejo actually earned himself, what we say, 7 sacks. And he got 10.5. He had his best year. So we're going to, I think he's going to make us pay for this. Let's go 10.5 and 12. 3 years, 67.5. Fuck, what's the tag on you? Shit. We still have Jermaine Johnson under contract, so we can just slide him to the other side in case we can't find an upgrade. In terms of spending money, we need a guard. And there's nothing there. So we're going to go to the draft for a guard. We could look at pass rush. Oladejo, second, priciest one. You could just, try to get the mercenary there in Brian Burns, but we just, I don't know. I don't know if it's time to panic just quite yet. Plus, you make that, we're probably going to be absolutely fucked next year when it comes to contract extensions. Safety. How about safety? Do we have anybody here that is better than Reed Blankenship? And the answer to that is no one that is worth and interested. So, well, shit. All right, so as we go to the draft, couldn't find like an edge rusher that made me real ecstatic, I guess would be the way to say it. But did find a couple things. So we need more than that. We need safety. All these safeties look kind of decent. Rhett Watkins out of Oklahoma looks like a consolation prize, but he looks like he's going to be pretty good. We have Flynn. Like, again, we're trying to replace Reed Blankenship. Not a lot of zone for our scheme, which is very unfortunate. So then I was just like, all right, well, what do we have here? When I looked at Farrow, stuck out like a sore thumb with a zone coverage. So like, let's just confirm. That guy looks like a safety. 5'10", 203. That's gonna be a guy. That's for sure is gonna be a guy. Unfortunately, again, like I said, no edge rushers that looked somewhat attainable. So I think we're just gonna have to go with Jermaine Johnson and hope that it works out. We also need a starting guard. So we have a couple options here. Jarrell, like no scheme fits, but Jarrell has a pass block as a day 3 pick. We also have, that'd be pretty cool to get this guy. Like, if we can get this guy in the first round and then that corner that will move to safety in the second round, this is going to be one of our best classes. But let's see where McGinnis goes. Sometimes these guys that clearly look like they should be there in the second round get overdrafted. So let's see where McGinnis... He's going... That'll do! I didn't even scout him! Yeah, we're going to run this one to the podium. Out of Tennessee as well. So this is a guy that many people in college football are like, this might be one of the best linemen ever. Would be so cool if he could just stay in Tennessee. Well, that's exactly what we're going to do. Then we're going to follow it up with another can't-miss player. The Rich Kid Richer, number 6 in true value, and congrats on being our new starting free safety. This is another one, man. Sam Fordham. If you know, you know. Like, he's a scheme fit. B, pass block. B, run block. A, impact block. Sub 540. This is gonna go down as one of our best classes ever. But then look at our recap. It's really it's the big 3. I mean, Fordham's so good. I think ceiling wise, potential wise, if salary cap gets tight, we could look at like moving Skoronski because he could be a starting guard with no issues about it. But look at that, dude. Are you kidding me? And there's a change. I'm gonna say right now, I'm optimistic that it's better than a star dev trade behind both those mystery doors. But let's see here with Farrow. Actually, if we move him to safety, I don't think his rating would go up. It might stay the same. I'm guessing it would stay the same, but let's just see. Could go up. I can't see it going down, but maybe his tackling's not. Goes up. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Did anyone else do any better than we did? Well, there's a couple other 80s. 82 tackle. Good pick there for the Commanders. Ooh, it's been a minute since I've seen an 80-plus quarterback, and of course he's normal dev. That is kind of gross. So, pretty good start to the year. Let's do this one. This seems like 10-0, 9-1. Of course, we're good. The Colts are also freakishly good. Something's got to give. Are they the team that's going to be the pain in our ass? Nope, we just put fucking 40 on them. Hell yeah. Looking at our contracts. Who's running the full rebuild? Carnell, Tate. Whoa. Okay, we have to pay him. Oh, no. So who are we losing out on? Not Happy Hugs. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out a way to make it work with Happy Hugs. But we got to pay Carnell Tate. All right, so going to the final week of the season, the Raiders are actually a better built team than us right now, which is absolutely bizarre. Our ratings look pretty good. We're getting a Sonny Styles Defensive Player of the Week. The bad news is, we come back to it. We are as strapped for cash as I can get it. And Carnell Tate is hitting us with this. So congratulations, buddy. You're getting franchise tagged. And we're going to have to figure out the rest. So we finished 15-2. Our 2 losses to the Rams and Seahawks. So struggled against the NFC West. Hopefully we can avoid them in the play. And we're not our record's really good. It's not like we put up super team level performance. Good. Top 10 offense, top 5 defense. It's a winning combo. So to look at our stats, Carnell Tate, 3rd leading receiver. So very frustrated that we couldn't come to a contract extension. Under 30 touchdowns for Cam Ward. But hey, if you're going to go under 30... that touchdown interception ratio, you can live with that. And then you have another 5 rushing touchdowns on top of that. So, at the end of the day, 34 touchdowns, 2 picks. Happy with his play. About Hardy gets his 1,000 yards. Carnell Tate pops off. Haven't got that second 1,000-yard receiver in a minute. That's the potential of this team. Gray leads the team in tackles. Sonny Styles, very nice season as well. With 5 sacks to his name, 14.5 sacks Anthony Smith, 9 for Stevenson, 8.5 Jermaine Johnson, which is not bad. Don't know why. This was the year Jeffrey Simmons decided, I'm old. You know what I'm saying? He's old, he's ready, he's sleepy. But Farrow, stud. A little bit of a bummer on McGinnis, though, at guard. Just a star dev. Usually if you get an 80-plus rated lineman, you think they're going to be married to a superstar dev trait. Not the case here. Robert Saleh wins Coach of the Year. Congrats to Coach. We might just get that dev trade. McGinnis, our first-round guard, wins Lineman of the Year as a rookie. That is how freaking dominant he is. The second coming of Quentin Nelson. Now, the division round has kind of been our ceiling. I'd like to think getting the bye during the wild card. Team's nice and fresh, 15-2. We can go on a run here. Up first is a very nice offense in the LA Chargers and Justin Herbert. The matchup is pretty good, though. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, probably. 2 good offenses. What defense is going to be the difference maker? We score first, and our defense doing a pretty hot job. Pitching a shutout for most of the first half. We just don't want the Chargers getting momentum. That's kind of been the theme in our losses. We look pretty good to start, and then it's 14, 17 points unanswered in the second half for our opponents. That's what happens when we just don't light the scoreboard up. It's been a minute since, happy with this win. We're I think I said at the end of our last realistic rebuild. In our last 4 realistic rebuilds, we have 1 winning Super Bowl rebuild and 3 losses. I think the common theme has been it's all defense. We haven't been a scheme and system that puts up insane offensive numbers. And when you don't do that and you kind of win on defense, the margins are very, very thin. And this seems like that's going to be the case again. But happy we got our win. And just like that, we're in the AFC Championship game here in year number 4. We beat the Colts twice in the regular season, and somehow we can't get away from them. Okay. What a perfect matchup here for the Super Bowl. 2 bitter rivals. We are the home team. It's a rain game, which might advantage them because they're a good run team. But we will see. We're the home team. I think that home field vibes could be very important here. And so far, it's not a lot of defense being played. It might be whatever team has the ball last. First team to blink. We blinked there by settling for a field goal and not getting a touchdown. Ooh, 10-point lead. 3 minutes to go. Run it up. No! Run the score up, God damn it. Just like that, though, in year 4, We are in the Super Bowl, and what better way, more satisfying way to get there than knocking off a divisional opponent who were very, very good throughout this season. Arguably two of the best teams in the AFC. They got Riley Leonard at quarterback. I'm happy Cam Ward in this situation balled out. 300 yards almost and 2 touchdowns. Super efficient. We get a cursed franchise in the Super Bowl. The 10-7 Detroit Lions. Very well-built team. 88s across the board. And they have something called an L. McCollum. I was supposed to say, they lost Jahmyr Gibbs' free agency. Interesting that they made the Super Bowl right after that, but they have a 92 rated running back behind them. Top 5 defense, best rushing defense, top 10 passing defense, top 10 scoring offense. It's going to be a close one, man. Our record looks good. I think we're a little bit better on pretty much everything, but the margins are so small in this one that I don't think we'd be too mad if we don't win. They're a deserving opponent. But you know, it's in Minneapolis. I imagine there'll be a lot of Viking fans that are going to be cheering for the Titans. Should be a little bit of home field advantage. We really need to win this one because we're not going to let Carnell Tate walk, but we are going to franchise tag him, and then we have to deal with the follow that, which is releasing players. So there's a chance overall as a team we are not going to be as strong next season once we deal with Carnell Tate's contract situation. So it'd be beautiful to kind of get out of here. There we go. Nice little touchdown. Low scoring. Our defense is playing it out of their minds. Got that nice superstar. Oh, baby. There we go. Okay, trading points. A flurry here late. It is 14 straight points for Detroit. Let's watch. Seems usually I get better sim rolls when we do it like this. Come on, there we go. Boom, big play. Okonkwo, 12 yards. Just got to get into field goal range. Did we run the ball on that final drive with no timeouts just to fuck that whole drive up? And did they score fucking 17 unanswered to win? I think I forget how to win Super Bowls in fucking Madden. Alrighty, franchise tag time. It's actually not that bad. Under 50 million bucks. Just decline the option there. Decline the option there. We're gonna happy hugs. Damn. I thought there would be more money to save on Skoronski. There's like we're maxed out salary cap wise. We gotta have a good draft. We gotta go find a new. I mean, yeah. That guy's. I'm not even gonna try to like. Oh, we can move this guy to center. Like, 6'5", 330 is not a center, so we're gonna have to draft a center. Also worth noting, while our 80 rated first round pick guard was star dev, our third round pick was a superstar dev. Another one. He was a UDFA round. Shout out to the Eddies franchise. They always exist. Just gotta find them. Because we don't have any pass rush help, we are going to move Anthony Smith back out to edge rush. And hope I can hit nose tackle cheese at some point during this. Like, needing a center and then needing a D tackle, if those are our two needs, you could have way worse positions trying to find in the draft. How many players have ever gone from D tackle to defensive end? Like Tui Pelotu on the Chargers. But probably the only one I can think of. And that was like a college thing. But it worked out, I think. We'll be fine. All right, so for our focus scout, let's take a look. We'll look at Whitfield, A block center. We can look at because there's no way I'm going to invest a first round pick on center. I think that's what do we have at D tackle? We have any studs at defensive tackle. Ooh, got a little Walt Martin's a scheme fit. We do, and it's one of the fun schemes where like nose tackle is our scheme fit. So we'll take a look at that. He is. I guess we could do Johnson as well. We go for like an undersized guy. Ooh, okay. So we might have our center here. First, second rounder on Whitfield. And then at defensive tackle, we have round one. Ooh, both of them actually look pretty good. Johnson. Both these guys look sick. 40. Johnson has the higher ceiling, much higher ceiling. But do we care about ceiling at this point? You know, we kind of need win now players. I'd say if they're both there, which they probably won't be. Let's see. Are they going? Where are they going? We can't miss out on both. Would be the final vibes on this. So, Walt Martin's going 17. Jesus, Johnson's going 8. Well, makes a lot of sense why Johnson's going 8. Let's trade up to pick 16. So we're actually going to trade up with the Browns because the draft order didn't kind of follow, and the first D tackle went a pick early. I don't want to get sniped, so we're going to throw in LaFleur, 75 star dev guard on a rookie contract, so a very valuable player. Our first round pick, our third and fourth round pick this year, and second round pick next season, because we do need at least a chance to get a center in this year's draft. But with that trade, we're going to move up and get the second best defensive tackle in this class, Walt Martin, and he's a scheme fit. Not bad. Number 7 in true value at pick 15. Dev trait, 97 strength. What a machine. How did all the fucking centers go, man? That is unbelievable. There was like... Well, can we blind pick one? That's all I need is a center. Goodwin. No, this guy is Flanagan. That's probably our guy right there. McQueen looks like he could be solid. Waldron. So it's between Flanagan and McQueen. Flanagan is A pass block, D run block. Pretty good, third bench press, 3-cone, 20-yard shuttle, good mover, elite agility. And then we have McQueen, who we just don't know what that letter grade is. Combine, very similar. They're both, honestly, I'm probably just going to draft both of them, and then we'll play the best one. Flanagan, 280, yikes. Let's see if this McQueen guy's any better. No, even worse, sick. And then for the last, need, I need a long snapper. I don't really have a method my method to the madness is usually just get the heaviest long snapper. So it's close, but Dave Morris, heaviest long snapper. This used to be the method I used on punters before punter cheese became a thing. It always a first round pick caliber. Let's go, long snapper. All right, take a look at our draft recap. Well, Martin, very good. 78 with a dev trade, so there's an easy, going into year 5, never really like being in a situation where you have to play rookies because you're trying to win a Super Bowl. 78, that's pretty good. Now we're going to unfortunately have to be going with a 74 center. In Flanagan, we'll try to get a gold medal in training camp, so that could, potentially be 2 upgrade points, bring out to 66. Get him as close to 70 as possible early in the year. Get a 75 long snapper, but I want to go look. The Steelers got this guy, Carlos Johnson at D tackle. Look at this, man. 80, almost 86 acceleration, 79 speed, 84 strength, 80 finesse move, 81 pursuit, and I bet this is pretty nasty looking. Yeah, what a beast. I can't get them all. Let's go, Flanagan. Do you want it or not? You don't need that stamina. You go to your puke. Oh, Jesus. Come on, we're close. Oh, no, it's coming out the rails. Oh, there we go. There's gold medal. We don't even need that extra +1. Oh, my God. My controller's, just rattling nonstop. He is gasping for air. But a nice 32K XP. Ooh, got a very nice 3-pointer on that one. And we can make him a scheme fit. So within the rules, house rules that we set for our rebuilds, not the end of the world. Center's probably the least important position on the offensive line, but I've got to prided ourselves on having a great offensive line. Just, ran out of money. So here we go, going into year 5, Super Bowl or bust on probably our worst losing streak of non-Super Bowl rebuild videos, maybe in 2 years. We are staring down the barrel of another L. And this one would piss me off because this is a damn good team. There is not a weakness. Understanding center doesn't really matter that whole lot. Just get the snap off. This offensive line is stacked. Our offense in general, we don't have a game changer tight end, but Amanor 85, 98 on Tate. He'll be a 99 at some point this season. DK solid for a third. We got Hardy. We got Cam Ward's developed an absolute stud. Shout out Brian Dable, superstar dev quarterback. Love him to get back over, From an offensive perspective, I like getting back to having 2,000-yard receivers like Cam Ward to get over 30 passing touchdowns. So let's kind of set that as a goal. Defensively, shuffle some things around. Move Smith to pass rush, where with the boost, he's a 94 superstar. Martin, the rookie with his boost, is an 87, 97, 91. Just insane. Sonny, Styles, and Gray, the best linebacking duo in the league. Winston is up to an X Factor. Farrow, X Factor. Moore, superstar. McKinstry, superstar. I mean, this is the best secondary. When did he get this? They just gave it to him. This is probably the best secondary we've ever had in any of our Madden 26 rebuilds. Let's go fucking show that it means something. Okay, so we go 12-5. We have a chance. We got to run the gauntlet, though. Would have been very nice to get that first round bye, so we did not have to worry about it. We were tied for first place. Miami had a tiebreaker for the 1 seed. Don't really know what that would have been. Our rankings are pretty good. I don't really know why our pass yards are kind of shitty for the first time. Perfect timing, I guess. Cam Ward is slowing down. Still really good touchdown to INT ratio. And, you know, goes over 31 total touchdowns, so it's good, not great. Run game's on point, though. 20 rushing touchdowns between our 2 running backs. 2,000-yard receivers. Got 1,000 on the dot for DK. Love seeing that. Defensively, Gray and Sonny Styles with great seasons. Able to get after and make plays in the backfield all season long. 13.5 sacks, Anthony Smith. 13 for Jeff Simmons. 7.5 for Stevenson. 3 picks, Kool-Aid McKinstry leading the team. A look here, Martin. Yeah, still pretty good. Able to contribute right away. Open things up for Jeff Simmons. Another Coach of the Year award for Robert Saleh, back-to-back. We had no individual awards, so we're just going to jump to the career stats, what these players have been able to accomplish in this rebuild. Just under 24,000 yards passing for Cam Ward, 166 touchdowns to 34 picks. You know, sometimes at this point we talk about the Hall of Fame trajectory or whatever. Not really the case, but we turned his career around, and he's damn solid quarterback. Definitely a quarterback I think we can win a Super Bowl with. Our run game, here we go. Obviously, you know, it's been up and down. Receiving 6,600 yards, 59 touchdowns in 5 years for Carnell Tate in elite picks. Still can't believe he fell to us in the second round. A. Minor and Okonkwo both have had really, really nice careers. Even DK, and he's actually peaking right now. Defensively, we got Gray with a bunch of tackles. Sonny Styles has just does it all, man. An absolute machine. And I pose a question to you, Titans fans. Would you be fine drafting Sonny Styles this year? Would it be too rich for that position? Let me know in the comment section below. Jeff Simmons, 145 TFLs, 97.5 sacks, just under 100. Smith has been really, really solid as well. And from an INT perspective, Sonny Styles leading the team. We get Buffalo again in the playoffs. We've met them 3 times. 3 out of the 4 times we've made it. So, you know, we know what they bring. They know what we bring. I will hop in, though. I'm sick and tired of fucking losing. This team is a Super Bowl winner. Now, I won't play the Super Bowl, but en route to the Super Bowl, if they need a little kick in the ass, we may need to provide it. I hope not. I hope the logic dictates how good of a team we've built that we can make a Super Bowl without me having to hop in and backpack my team. But when we're staring down the barrel of like 3 straight rebuilds with no Super Bowls, that's like 15 seasons that I can't fucking figure out the pieces. A little cause for concern, but hey, that's an ugly win. I don't know why our offense sucks so much ass when we've been in the playoffs. But ugly wins count the same as pretty wins. We get the Vegas Raiders here in the second round. They're a 92 rated offense. They got Fernando Mendoza. Not throwing the football a lot, but it's a lot of Ashton Genty, and they have a pretty good defense, top 10 defense overall. So it is Fernando Mendoza against Cam Ward. Quarterback from Miami, a quarterback that went to Miami. We are the home team. I'd like to think we can ball out, show it in front of our fans. Come on, secondary. Don't get cooked here. Come on. Literally can't have any more dev trait, high ceiling players on our team. We need to start producing, start performing. We're looking pretty good here going into the fourth quarter. The Raiders are going to make it real interesting. We got a nice interception because that secondary makes plays. And it got a little sweaty, but we kept ahead just enough not to worry. And we are back in the AFC Championship game. I want to get a little look here. Man, again, the fuck, man. Why can't we just pop off offensively? Why is it always a grind it out, type performance? Shout out Sonny style. Who else is getting the turnover like that? Let's go, baby. What a stud. It's a battle of the two best teams in the AFC. We got the 1 seed, 12-5 Miami Dolphins. They got Leonard Moore at quarterback. Hey, we just did that video. But because Miami is very similar to where we're taking over the Titans, like a team that needs an all-out rebuild, curious what they've done to get to this point. Leonard Moore, considering that's also a rebuild that we just did. Where did they go different than us? They got this guy, superstar wide receiver Deshaun Allison, Tank Dell, Josh Palmer, Jolly, Slater. They got a real solid offensive line. So that's how many 80s do you need? David Bailey, Brian. Oh, so they just bought everybody in free agency. Okay. Terrell. Yeah, they did it the wrong way. Half that team, half their starters, they signed in free agency. Fuck them. We did it the right way. We deserve to win. There we go. Cam Ward back in Miami this time. Oh, insta score. Beautiful opening drive. Miami responds. This could be a high-scoring game. 10-10. Alrighty. Let's not fall too far behind here, fellas. Let's take a little initiative. Let's stop just responding when they score or score and then our defense lets them score. Like, let's build a lead here. All right, guess gotta fucking hop in the backpack. God damn it. That's one thing. Above all in this game, I can make offense work. If push comes to shove and you said some Saudi Arabian guy was paying me $1 million, it's like, you need to have a game-breaking offense. I could do it. I could go figure out the Bengals, put a cheese guy in the slot wide receiver. I could do it. You need a rush offense. I could do it. You need a rushing quarterback. I could figure that out. I will not ever figure out how to get a secondary that's elite to fucking play elite in this game. There's no such thing as like recreating the Legion of Boom. There's just no fuck. Every corner, every DB on my team is a superstar or superstar X Factor. That's just like, dude, heaven for fucking bid. We get a couple turnovers. Heaven forbid we can clutch up. Right there, Alconquo. Boom! Please don't blow this. Fuck you. Fuck you, man. I don't know. I don't know how I can't win Super Bowls anymore. I do think it's something with the fact that more often than not when we're simming, there we go, why? Manor, 9 times out of 10 when we're simming, my offense fucking struggles to score 21 points. I don't know what that is. I don't know if there's been a patch, title update that's just every game is a defensive battle. But I have no problem when the game's absolute bullshit. Throw a little backpack on, help the team a little bit. But even if we win this one, I have no confidence going to second overtime here, of course, that we will hands off win a Super Bowl. I don't think that's going to happen. But could be pleasantly surprised, especially if our defense shows up. Offensively, though, not that hard. We get, I don't know how overtime works when both teams score. Like, I assume we score here, this game's over. Let's see if we can get this. Oh, Carnell Tate, maybe. We'll go DK. But, like, if I get in field goal range and we kick a field goal, do we win? I don't know. Beautiful, out of bounds. 341, 3 touchdowns for Cam Ward. Shocking. It's because I've hopped in. If I didn't play, he'd probably have like 170 yards. Triple coverage. Oh, come on. You're a 99 X Factor. You should come down with that. Slant cheese. 2nd and 10. DK's the burner. He's the yak guy. Yards after catch. Oh, we get him at the top, though. Look at that. Boom. A little bit of a natural pick route. And Carnell Tate up to the 6. I don't know. Do we bring in hard? Field goal. So field goal must win it, but we're not. No. We're just asking for a block or some shit. Ooh, what was accident? Sack fumble. No! Not kicking this. We can get it. We can run. I can run mesh 3 more times, and I'll be shocked if they can stop it. DK. No. Yes. No. What? There. Fuck you. Super Bowl. Let's go. Gee, I mean, what? Please win. The Super Bowl is set. We got the Atlanta Falcons, who have also built a very good team. This is really one of those ones. It will be very frustrating if we don't get a Super Bowl, but anytime you come up against a sim-built 92 rated anything, you know, #1 rated offense in the league. What the hell? Who's their quarterback? Just Michael Penix developed into an X factor. That's what we're dealing with. Bijan's killing it. London, they got Chris Bell. They drafted a superstar. They got a 90 tight end, 88, 84, 85, 93. So an outstanding offensive line. 2 90s, you know. Anthony Hill, 95. Secondaries, Jesus Christ. Well, gotta be hands off because we win a Super Bowl by me playing. It's an asterisk. That's not actually, because I could win a Super Bowl anytime, probably hopping in and playing. So we are due to get the big one. And I think for the secondary that we have built an incredible secondary. Like, you're not gonna draft as well as we draft. We drafted every draft. We were getting hits. We were getting playmakers. We developed Cam Ward, who looked like a lost cause. And look at this, we're pitching a shutout against the #1 defense in. We're not even the #1 defense. We play like the #1 defense. Get the #1 offense in the league. Look at that. Fuck yes. Pardon my French. So nice that we can win a Super Bowl. We're due. I mean, even our record's still not good. We're 2-3 in our last 5 rebuilds. So we're below 500. But maybe this is going to spark a little bit of a win streak. And I'll tell you right now, we got a 20-year St. Louis Rams rebuild that'll be coming out this weekend. We got some pretty god squads coming up in that video. So make sure you stay tuned to the old sub boxes here. Oh, yes. Cam Ward, Robert Saleh, 2-time Coach of the Year Robert Saleh. Brian Daboll went in, rewired everything under the hood there for Cam Ward. We got, again, Carnell Tate shockingly in the second round. Absolute game changer. And we are finally Super Bowl champions. Let's go. Who would get the MVP? Probably someone on the defense. Love it to be Sonny Styles. Let's see. I mean, good show from Cam Ward. Hyper-efficient football. Oh, Ahmad Hardy. $151, 2 touchdowns. Carnell Tate went over 100 yards. Stevenson, sack and a half. Jeffrey Simmons getting after. Yeah, I mean, MVP. But better time than now for the running back to show up. So you have it, fellas. A successful Madden 26 realistic rebuild in the books. The Tennessee Titans. We did it. We figured it out with Cam Ward. Good scheme. Definitely, if you are a Titans fan, it's never a bad time to hop back in and try to rebuild your team with these brand new schemes. You know, Trustin Gray. Wow, Sonny Styles, they steal his dev trade at the end. Winston developed into a monster. Jeff Simmons won't retire in 5 seasons. You're good there. Excellent, man. We crushed it. We did everything right. And it's nice that we're finally back in the win column. So yes, as I said, we will have a new 20-year rebuild drop on the weekend as well. As everything goes to plan, we will have a playoff episode for the Utah Yetis. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If it is your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. Until next time, it's your boy C4 saying, let me know in the comment section below what realistic rebuild you guys want to see next. Until next time, it's your boy C4 saying peace out. Love ya. Have a good one.